There are places in the world where plants arrange themselves into amazing patterns that are best seen from the air, like the ones I just showed you. But why? This is really cool. Check this out. So where I live here in Vermont, we get about 39 inches or about 1 meter of precipitation per year. That's enough to support abundant, dense vegetation, like, for example, this forest near the town of Stowe, Vermont. However, in areas that don't have as much water, in drier climates, plants can have special adaptations such as maybe deeper roots or maybe ways that they lose less water during photosynthesis. One adaptation that you may not have heard of yet is the tendency of certain plants to arrange themselves into patterns that distribute water effectively to certain individuals within a population. And this yields patterns. Let me take you to some places around the world where plants try to survive without a whole lot of water. And where this is the case, some really surreal stuff happens. What you saw in those Google Earth clips is tiger bush. Tiger bush is a great example of patterned vegetation. Tiger bush occurs in those arid environments in Africa where there simply isn't enough water to sustain a uniform land cover of vegetation like what we have here in Vermont, like the forest I showed you. So, as you can see from my simple little schematic here, if plants were to arrange themselves like this, with minimal space in between them, and it rained, then there would only be so much water to get down to the roots. If the plant is adapted to low rainfall, great. If not, then the entire group of plants would not survive. However, if they arrange themselves like this in a band, then things are different. Rainwater tends to flow across bare land when there are no plants, and it tends to go into the ground when there are plants. So the plant-free area will tend to collect water. It'll tend to flow over land until it hits the next band of vegetation where it finds a preferential pathway down along the roots and infiltrates or goes down into the ground to get to the roots where the plant can take up the water. And this is why the band formation is beneficial to the plant. So now that you understand the basics of vegetation patterns, let's go look around the world at some other locations where This last place is in Niger in West Africa. I'll show you a couple of on-the-ground photos because this is where I did my PhD research back in the early 2000s. It's really interesting. And by the way, this is the only place where you can see the very rare West African giraffe. It's a subspecies of giraffe that is still, you can still see it in this area. But this is what tiger bush looks like on the ground. So it's not nearly as impressive as from the air. So that's my brief tour of pattern vegetation in the world. I bet there's more places that I have not covered. So if you know of some other ones, please let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.